You think you know what happened in the Flint water crisis? You don't, but you will soon because of this. It's called What the Eyes Don't See, a story of crisis resistance and hope in an American city. Dr. Mona Hanna-Attisha is a pediatrician at the Hurley Medical Center in Flint. She is the big-hearted local pediatrician who is the person who shook the denial off the Flint story and made people finally start to face what was going on there. Dr. Mona, congratulations on this book. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Good to have you here.
It's great to be back.
I wanted to ask, first of all, about why you wanted to write a book about this. And the reason I wanted to ask you that is because you're very busy. Not only were you busy before the Flint water crisis, since then, you've got a lot of national attention, a lot of national accolades, and you've got a big platform that you've been using for good, but you're still really trying to fix Flint.
Yeah, I'm still a pediatrician in Flint, but I decided to write this book for three reasons. One, back like 2+ years ago when I started to write this book, I knew that we would need a vehicle to shine a spotlight back on Flint. Yeah. The nation's attention would fade, yet our crisis would be ongoing and our needs would be ongoing, and we needed a reminder that Flint is still here. Flint is still unfiltered and bottled water. You need to pay attention to Flint. A second reason is I wanted an immigrant story of an Arab American that wasn't about war and terrorism, that was about an immigrant coming to this country, fleeing tyranny and oppression and dictatorship, coming to this country for freedom and oppression. I was that little brown girl, and I acclimated to this country, and I achieved that American dream. What are we losing out of right now? And then I also wanted to write this book as a way to give back. Part of the proceeds go to our Flint Kids Fund, and we have a lot of long-term work, and I want to make sure that we are able to do that long-term work for our kids.
I think about the original iteration of the freaking Muslim ban, and Iraq being one of the countries that they initially proposed, and you and your family would have been barred from coming to this country as a threat to this nation.
Absolutely.
And Lord knows what would have happened to Flint by now.
Absolutely.
In terms of what's happening in the city right now, there was a little bit of a burst of national publicity recently when the state announced that it was no longer going to support bottled water. What's going on right now in terms of people's actual access to drinkable water?
Yeah, so it's being supported by nonprofits like the United Way. Some churches are providing bottled water, but the recommendation in Flint is still to be on bottled water or filtered water. We are doing massive infrastructure work. We've already replaced about 6,000 of our lead pipes. We have about 9,000 to go. This is amazing. No other city is doing this right now. But until that infrastructure work is complete, people need to stay on filtered and bottled water.
The way that we got to this story in the first place on this show, way back in the day, was that we had been covering the emergency manager law in Michigan, where your locally elected officials can sort of be pushed aside, taken out of all decision-making process, and the governor specifically, can come in and say, we're not going to recognize the results of your local elections anymore. We're going to do this our way because we know what's best. That was part of the Flint water crisis story because it was an emergency manager who was in charge when the switch was made. How's democracy? And that's a big part of how you tell the story about what went wrong.
Absolutely. And kudos to you, Rachel, because you were the first to elevate that issue of democracy. You were on the Flint story when it was an emergency manager story before it was a water crisis story. So thank you. We would be nowhere without you. But yeah, in 2011, Flint lost democracy. Overnight, we had a state-appointed emergency manager in charge, and their only job was austerity, to save money, no matter what the cost. And it was too expensive, I guess, for us to get Great Lakes treated water. Instead, we started getting water from the Flint River, and it wasn't treated properly. So all of this happened because of a usurped democracy. It was taken away from people. And at one point in Michigan, half of our African-American population was under emergency management compared to 2% of whites. And that does not sound democratic.
Which means you don't have the power to elect your local elected officials. You don't have power to make local decisions.
You can't hold them accountable either.
Mona Hanna-Attisha is the author of a new book called What the Eyes Don't See, a story of crisis, resistance, and hope in an American city. You give me hope.
Thank you, Rachel.
Great to see you, my friend.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.